Pretty Girls Battle's nothing else than a simple Japanese version of the Mahjong game with anime girls. For all of you stay to read a more complex review of this game, well, as complex as you can get about a game of Mahjong anyways, here's what you'll get. First of all, the whole Mahjong game itself works decently, which is really good because other than that, there's nothing much to it. The whole anime side of the game, is like a nice stick on something plain. You can try and make it look unique. The girls talk in Japanese, but they all have 3 or 2 lines total, which gets pretty repetitive, and the fact that some of the girls sound pretty annoying too doesn't help either. The music doesn't really fit the whole game either. Thankfully, you can mute every sound or the 2 individually in the options menu if you want to. Other minor problem with the game is that the translation is pretty bad. Yeah, never would have thought that I've ever going to mention translation issues in a Mahjong game, but on the upside, it can make you chuckle for the first time you read it. Since there's no multiplayer in the game, which is a real shame, the only thing you can do is to unlock all the different characters in the game, which is just like unlocking different AI behaviors. One last thing I want to mention is that there is no tutorial in the game, so if you are new to Mahjong, this isn't where you want to start getting into it, or download a manual from the internet before you hop into the game. Overall, the game lacks originality. The girls itself are nothing more than different AIs with different behaviors. It would have been cool if all the girls would have different special moves like, I don't know, switching tails, super mega lucky draws, etc. But no, unfortunately all you have is a basic Mahjong game with anime stickers on it. As for do I recommend it or not? Well, it depends on why you do want to buy it. If you want a solid A+ Mahjong game with the basic anime skin on it, then yes. This game is good to sit down for an hour and play a few rounds and get back to your life. For people who want something unique, I would say try the Vol.1 online.
Bought this for the Mahjong. Stayed for the girls. Just like many of the reviewers mentioned before, while there are lots of sexy female characters to play as, hence the main reason why I bought this game, you had better have a lot of experience with Mahjong before playing. Otherwise, you're going to be looking up a lot of YouTube tutorials on how to play this game, as the tutorial does little to nothing for beginners like me. Still. There's some pretty girls, so I don't feel too bad. I'm not good at giving reviews, I'm just posting to give this a positive one. Lock the door. Check. Tissue? Check. Just a single tissue. Wait, what? Ballsy man. Manliness? Check. Steam offline? Check.
This game has a chest bounciness setting. What a time to be alive.
When I first saw this game, I literally thought, you got to be kidding me. Another one of these clawful VNs? Seeing as my preference is normally for fox girls, fortunately, I got this odd feeling that I should perhaps give it a chance. My first look into the game, it was uncatfortable and conversing due to my history with Sakura's spirit, but soon my catitude changed and I began to love it. The game hit me on a personal level, but I kept lying to myself, telling people that I love fox girls and that they were superior. I am here now because of the truth. Fox girls are inferior to the cat girls. You may call me a hyper cat, or you may say my words are preposterous, but let me tell you my tale. Before I claw-fronted myself, I had dreams, wonderful dreams. I remember little parts of them, but I remember the word perder. This confers me. A few days after probably my third dream, a friend of mine disappeared. I was greatly appalled by the sad news. Soon, more and more of my friends disappeared. A little forward in my story, I had a pearly, vivid dream. Once I had awoken, I knew what I had done and why my friends were gone. I committed first-degree murder. Strangely, this was not a catastrophe to me, but rather a positive feeling. The cat-girl gods had been speaking to me. I was adopted by them. I was a musician in their orchestra. They permitted me to have meaning. I, meow, know what I have to accomplish. More purder for the cat gods. Though the cat gods I saw that this game is perfect. Meowton above the rest. Meow all should get it. So meow all may see the wonderful foresight granted by these gods. Faps violently.
This is an A+ example of a game that focuses entirely on fan service to the detriment of having anything of substance. The setting makes no sense whatsoever. The cat-girl biology makes no sense whatsoever, and whatever can make sense is completely counterintuitive. Culture with cat girls makes no sense whatsoever. Nothing works. It's something you have to completely shut your brain off to be able to enjoy it, because otherwise, the fact that nothing makes any sense will completely ruin it. It is also worth mentioning that I played games that were far worse in the fan service department, but still put a lot of effort into making everything as sensible as possible. Very disappointing to see a game like this have some potential to be interesting and just bungle it this badly. To explain the poly count, I played this off Steam. I only bought it for the achievements.
Cat girls. Cat girls in maid outfits? $10. Did I mention cat girls? I just wanted to bake a cake, but these two cats kept rubbing their bodies on me and it was really distracting.
This is a great story set in the future of Japan after an apocalyptic event where a virus mutated people and cats alike. After the outbreak has been dealt with, the remaining humans had enslaved the feline people and rebuilt society with them as a labor force. Our teen patch shows the true nature of your character, and as slaves, I would recommend the patch, or else you are watching through rose-tinted glasses, not seeing the full truth of this world. It's a great metaphor for the Catgirl Illuminati and the true intentions. It's up there right next to Deus Ex and Metal Gear Solid 4 storyline. I would recommend it to anyone. Illuminati confirmed.
Having a midlife identity crisis.
Plan to beat it for a time. The game, of course. Heh.
Nekopara is the greatest thing to ever grace this earth. The quintessential game about cats and heat, 11 out of 10, would enter polygamous interspecies relationship again.
I just think Nekopara is the greatest thing to ever grace this earth. The how do you say that word? Quintessential game about cats and heat, 11 out of 10, would enter polygamous interspecies relationship again.
The only game we must buy at Steam Holiday Sale 2014. I no longer want Shadow of fucking Mordor because I bought Nekopara, which is the king of the Steam games in 2014. I think it may also be the best game in 2015.
Bounciness letter, that's on next gen. Ugu, 420 out of 420 would buy again.
Thanks, Dad.
They let me to the salty Splatoon after I told them I played this game without going offline. That, and they sell the size of my right arm. Cute cat girls, R18 patch, makes you forget there's a story. Chest bouncing a star, primary arm strength, 11 out of 10.
Thanks, Dad.